everyone. I'm here today. My guest today on Money Blockbusting with Odile is Tirza. I'm getting that name right. And I'm thrilled to have her here. She is just adding her to the screen. And we are going to have a look at to see what we can do with finding some subconscious money blocks for you. So Tirza, welcome to the show. And let's start with the first question, which is, how do you know you have a problem with money? Or how do you, or what do you wish was different?
Well, I know I have a problem because I'm very month to month, like not even able to consistently get everything paid, all of the bills paid each month. So I would rather have an abundance of money left over at the end of the month that, you know, I could start expanding my life and my ability to impact others.
Very good. Okay, absolutely. And now, so the second question then is, how does it feel to not have that? How does it feel to, when you think about money now, to not have what you want?
It's very depressing.
Mm-hmm.
And it will cause anxiety at times where I'll just feel like I'm going to have a panic attack welling up.
Very good. Okay. And now I want you to think back to your childhood and see where in your childhood did you feel that same feeling of panic or that anxiety or the depression, anything that's similar to now, but not to do with money. So it's to do with something else. If you have anything, if you don't have anything, that's okay.
I mean, most of that panic was around money because my mom, she liked to buy us things and then make us feel guilty for them afterwards for wanting too much.
Oh, very good. Okay, excellent. And so do you have, what's your earliest memory of feeling the guilt or the depression or the anxiety, any of that? And again, if it's to do with money, fine. But if it's not to do with money, that's okay. And anybody watching, see if you can find anything that's not to do with money. But if you can't, then that's okay. Whatever you can find.
So there was a Christmas when she was really upset because she was given an appliance for Christmas, and that really triggered her. And she knocked over the Christmas tree and didn't go to Christmas dinner with us.
Okay, very good. And about how old were you then?
I feel like that's probably around 8 or 9.
Okay, excellent. And so you can remember that now. And what was the main emotion there, the strongest emotion in that memory?
Just a feeling like crushed.
Okay, very good. And would you say that's a similar feeling to now when you think about money, or when you think about how you don't have the money you wish you had?
Yeah, it's kind of a depressed feeling. And as a child, I just would probably never have called it depressed. It felt very crushing and very heavy.
Good job. Very good, Tirza. Well done. All right. So that's that. Now, the second thing I want to do is ask you, if money was a person, who would it be?
So I had seen this exercise someplace else. And so like my idea of what I wanted money to be, like when I think of it as a person, would be somebody playful that I would want like as my best friend, but they don't know who I am right now.
Very good. Okay, that's excellent. So that feeling of wanting someone to be your best friend, or to notice you, or whatever it is, and not noticing you, not knowing that you are there. Where in your childhood did you feel that feeling? And it may not be best friend. It could be a parent or a teacher or a grandparent.
Well, my dad was, I mean, he would be around for like dinner, but never any quality interaction because he always had to work extra hours because my mom would always spend the money. There was never enough.
Okay, excellent. So that's fantastic. So your subconscious right now is maintaining that state in the first instance of depression, anxiety, guilt right now around your experiences with your mum from your childhood, and it's playing the role of your dad as well. So it's there just for the bare minimum, but no extras. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So shall we change it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, very good. Okay, so let's just have a look. I want to make sure that I'm putting the little bits and pieces on the screen for people to read. And okay, so let's start with, do you have a person, animal, place, or thing that you love that makes you feel like your heart is expanding, that just makes you feel wonderful when you think of it?
Yeah, I have a little kitten named Juno. That's probably my favorite cat ever.
Perfect. So Juno. So I want you to take a deep breath, and everybody watching, follow along with your own things, aiming at your own stuff. And we're going to do question and answer afterwards, after the session. So you can, in fact, sorry, Chioza, let me just do this. I'd forgotten to do this. So for anybody watching, if you would like to join us in the studio, you can click the link in the chat, and it will put you into the green room. If I can get it to work, yeah, there we go. And it'll put you into the green room, and you'll still be able to watch the rest of the session. And I will call you in. I'll let you in towards the end if you want to ask any questions live on screen. You'll need a camera and mic, of course. Otherwise, you can post your questions in the chat and I'll answer them from there. Okay, so Tirza, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and I want you to think of Juno. Is it a him or a her?
It's a her.
A her, very good. So hold Juno in your arms in a hug. Imagine holding her in your arms in a hug and feel that lovely feeling, that connection between you. Feel the feeling of her fur and everything you love about her. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right. And now I want you to imagine that feeling that you feel for her. Where in your body do you feel that feeling of love?
It sits through my upper chest and shoulders.
Good job. All right. So now I want you to imagine, as you focus on that feeling of love, I want you to imagine it as a ball of light or energy. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And now imagine that light or energy spreading down to your toes, up to the top of your head, and out to your fingertips. So you're now full of that light, that energy. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Good job. Okay, and now press pause on that for a moment. And we're going to go to the memory of when you were 8 years old and your mum with the Christmas tree. Can you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I want you to go there just briefly and notice what's there. Notice how strong the emotions are. So 0 to 10, how strong would you say the emotions are right now?
Right now, probably just a 7.
Good job. So press pause on that now, and let's go back to Juno. So you're holding Juno in your arms, and all the things you love about her and how wonderful it feels, the connection between you. How cute she is, her little face, and if she purrs, all of that.
She always purrs.
Is it a very loud purr for a small kitten?
Well, yeah, because she likes to put her paws on my shoulder and she'll purr into my ear too.
Oh, that's just adorable. All right, very good. So now press pause on that, and let's go back to the 8-year-old memory with the Christmas tree. And those negative emotions there, it was a 7. Where is it now? Is it still the same, or is it more or less?
It's a 4.
Good job. All right, press pause on that. Let's go back to Juno. And I want you to imagine holding her, how cute she is, the feeling of her paws on your shoulder and purring into your ear. Very good. All right, good job. And press pause on that. Let's go back to the Christmas tree memory and the negative emotions. It was a 4. Where is it now?
Just a tiny bit, like a 1 or a 2.
Very good. Good job. And press pause on that. Let's go back to Juno and how adorable she is. And as you feel this feeling for her, this wonderful love and this connection, I want you to associate a color with that lovely feeling. So your favorite color, perhaps. Have you got one?
Yeah.
Good. And I want you to imagine you and Juno surrounded by that color and how beautiful it is and how lovely that feels. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And press pause on that. And let's go back to that 8-year-old memory and any bad emotions left there, first of all.
No, it's almost like just watching a movie that you don't care about anymore.
Very good. All right. So now we want to make it the opposite, positive and empowering. So we want to make this the most fantastic Christmas you ever had. All right. So your mum is excited and happy and everything, upgrade it from whatever it was to be even better. So an even better Christmas tree with more beautiful decorations, more presents, everything that little Tirza would have wanted. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Good job. And let's put some music on in the background, some Christmas music.
Neil Diamond, the Christmas album.
Good job. Very good. And now what is the one, like the main gift, the main big gift that little 8-year-old you would have absolutely loved when she was that age, when you were that age? What did you really
like a princess dress?
Good. Okay. So now you've got this big box and you open the box and it's the princess dress with a tiara and
a hoop skirt. I always wanted a hoop skirt dress.
very good. And can you look at your mum and dad's faces and see how excited they are to give you this gift and to see you in that outfit? So you put it on and you're modeling it and they're taking photographs. And how does that feel?
It feels really good. It feels like that same warm feeling that I had in my chest.
There you go. Good job. So you can open your eyes now. Okay, so that is your new memory now. So you can see how quick and easy it is, actually, if you do the work. So what you want to do now is practice that new memory until it's the first thing you think of when you think of your mum. Okay, so now there may be other memories you need to change. There probably will be other memories to change, but the idea is to end up with a whole new childhood to provide whole new references for your subconscious, so that when your subconscious whenever you think of money, your subconscious is now referring to the new memories instead of the old ones, and so it'll be affecting your conscious mind through your body. So your subconscious refers to the whatever references are there and then prompts your brain and body to produce chemicals that make you feel whatever emotions that affect your perception, your perspective, your judgment, your decisions, your choices, the way you feel about yourself, the way you relate to others, absolutely everything. All right. So, you can see the difference if your subconscious is referring to the so-called evidence from your childhood experiences that having there's a danger of being made to feel guilty there's a connection between money and guilt there anyway, but also just even if you take money out of the equation, the children are, as humans, we're not designed to survive on our own. We have to have adults to help us survive. So instinctively, we have a drive to please whoever is raising us for survival purposes. So when a parent shows anger, guilt, disappointment, anything like that, it's a life or death. It's a threat to our survival, as far as the subconscious is concerned. So that means that you go into an emergency state, and the brain and body are producing stress chemicals that keep you in high alert. So that affects everything else. So so in your case, your brain is, your subconscious has connected money with that. But even without money could have been just playing that role and keeping you in that state. So, and I'm saying that, I think, mainly for those watching who, don't be looking necessarily for money references. It may not be to do with money. So the other thing you want to change is your dad, so that your dad was there all the time, and he was attentive and affectionate. And so the truth is that if you take your parents, your grandparents, if they'd been raised differently, if they'd been treated with love, affection, if they'd felt safe, valued, encouraged, supported, respected, all of those things, and they'd grown up that way, they would have been very different people, and they would have treated you differently. They would have treated you differently. So, so again, we're not going back in, we can't go back in time and physically change anybody, but what we're changing is what's held in the subconscious, the references. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Good. And do you have any questions?
Not so far.
All right, very good. And I'm just checking to see what else I had here to, oh yes, so I've got to put that on the screen. Oh, and this. So I'm just doing the technical side here, sorry. Okay, so we've got, actually that went really quickly. Did that go quicker than you were expecting?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's do another. Should we do another one then?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So let's do your dad. So what's your earliest bad memory of your dad?
See, he wasn't there a lot. There was one time, it wasn't super young, but I mean, I was probably 10 or 11, and my mom was so upset at my little brother that she started shaking him and told him that she was so upset at him that felt like she could kill him right then.
Right.
And my dad was on his way home. And so when he got there, there wasn't really any resolution. His response, he was a big enabler, and he'd be like, well, you know how your mother is. She gets upset. And
right. Okay. Very good. So let's take that in two parts. So in the first instance, so this is what I call a stepping stone memory, because there's a few different references there, a few different pieces to it. And the first piece is that your dad didn't step in and protect or resolve the situation. So let's address that first, and then we'll change the whole thing so it never happened at all. All right. So okay. Let's take a deep breath, close your eyes, and let's go back to Juno. So you're holding Juno and the cuteness and wonderfulness of her. You got.
Yeah, she's actually hanging out next to me right now.
Oh, Very good. All right. Good job. And now let's press pause on that. And let's go back to that memory. And so I want you to see just the part where your dad gets home. And I want you to see him walk in and say to your mum, okay, what's going on? And whatever happened. And then I want you to see your dad pulling your mum aside or inviting your mum aside and speaking to her calmly and calming her down, reassuring her it's okay, this is not acceptable, whatever it is that you would have liked him to have done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So make that happen now in your mind and let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Good job. How does that feel, first of all?
It's a little tense because it's such out of the norm of like what would have happened.
Right. Okay. So it feels, you say it feels intense.
Tense, like I'm waiting for my mom to blow up.
Okay, very good. All right. Let's say let's notice the tension and that sort of anticipation. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now I want you to look at your mum's face. And what's the expression on your mum's face?
It's surprise.
Okay, good. All right. And let's go back to Juno. So you're holding Juno again. She's purring in your ear with her little paws on your shoulder. And the beautiful color you were surrounded with. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right. And now let's go back to that memory. And what would make this memory happier, nicer, more empowering, more positive?
Like if we'd all just sat down and had dinner together, we could play cards.
Good. Okay. So do that. Make that happen. So you all sit down to dinner and play cards. And then we're going to go back and make sure that this didn't happen in the first place. The thing with your brother didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. You got that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And so now I just want to acknowledge. So I've got Lisa Baglia in the green room. Hi, Lisa. Just hang tight there for a moment, and we'll let you in shortly. So, Tirza, so let's go back and see now with the incident with your brother. Let's change that. So instead of whatever happened there, what can we change it to? So instead, your mum is doing an activity with him.
Yeah, he was doing his homework and wasn't doing well on it. So instead, like, she could actually sit down and help him with it.
Very good. Good job. So have her sit down and help him with it. And then to make it even better, after the homework's done, you're all doing something fun together. So you mentioned sitting down to dinner, and let's add something. I think you said a game. Right?
Yeah, we grew up playing Pinnacle.
Fantastic. So let's make that whole memory now. So first of all, your mum is helping your brother with his homework, and she's patient and kind because she was raised with patience and kindness and compassion and love and affection. So she is treating him the same way she was treated when she was a child now in the new version. And she's very proud of him, and he's actually doing really well. And then after the homework is done, you all sit down to dinner and you play a game. Your dad comes home and you all play a game together. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Good job. Excellent. All right. You can open your eyes. How do you feel?
Relieved.
Good. Yes, very good. And the great thing is that you have complete control over that. You don't need anybody else's cooperation. You don't need anything from anyone else. You have the ability, because it's your brain, you have the ability to do that, and just keep practicing it. And here's an extra thing. Whenever you think of money from now on, refer to those new memories. So you're
Okay.
directing your subconscious from the old stuff to the new stuff and saying,
Mhm.
this is the new thing we're doing now. So like you would with I usually say a puppy, but you've got a kitten. So the way you toilet train a kitten, so every time it goes to pee on the carpet, put it in the sandbox, and you just keep doing that until it goes there automatically. So that's what you want to do with your mind. So there's no struggle, there's no frustration or getting annoyed with yourself or anything like that. It's just, oh yeah, okay, no, we're going to do this now. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Good
It's a good
job.
analogy.
Yeah.